There we go. That's better. I don't know what the fuck was happening there, but it was almost just like it didn't want to work. But yeah, like I said, hi YouTube. I didn't fucking miss you. And for those who are wondering, like I showed without audio, come on, pick your head up. Pick your head up. Be a part of this. It's my cat. Who, for those who follow me on Twitch and Twitter and Instagram, see him more so on my Twitch. But today I'm not feeling too good, even though I'm drinking a Monster just to kind of get me through this. Um, so yeah, we're gonna do 20 paranormal events caught on camera and decide if they're fake or real. And there goes the fat fuck. We're gonna see if these are real or fake.
Most of us live normal lives. Work, hanging out, then it's back to the house, but every now and again we're reminded that things are definitely not what they seem.
Bro, if I saw a kid being lifted like that, like I'm sorry, fuck that.
Explaining
Is
some
that
of the
Dobby?
footage you're about to see.
Is that fucking Dobby?
Impossible. Fortunately, we have the footage to back the claims up, and even for the most ardent skeptic, these clips are downright impossible.
Hold on.
Fortunately, we
Okay, I was like, at first I didn't see the rest of this. All I saw was just this man on a stretcher, and everyone was focused on this fucking chair. It's gonna be like, there's a dead dude right next to it, and we're focused on the chair moving. Nah, there's a crime scene.
And even for the most ardent
Dobby.
skeptic, these clips are about to turn you into believers in the fact that our world is weird. Because these are some of the scariest and yet most unexplainable events ever caught on camera. Join us as we have a look at 20 paranormal events caught on camera. Number 20, a spooked cat. To kick things off, we'll take you to Ontario, Canada, where a cat mother caught some really spooky stuff going on in her home. Kathy Gallagher, a 45-year-old, spooky stuff going on.
Spooky stuff. Bitch, let's talk about your interior. Why do you have two dolls? And why is one of them locked up in a fucking cage with a fucking cross above it? That's not a sign that you shouldn't fucking have it if you have to put it in a fucking cage. Like, look at it. It looks demonic to begin with. Why does this one have a hat? What is going on with this interior? Fucking insane.
On in her home. Kathy Gallagher, a 45-year-old lady, made headlines in 2022 when she claimed that she had gotten evidence of the supernatural. At the time, she explained that she had just moved into her home in Ontario and that she had noticed a lot of strange things going on.
Unlike your decorations?
By the fact that objects appeared to simply be moving on their own, and weirded out but still determined to get to the bottom of it, she decided to set up CCTV cameras at different parts of the house. On one fateful day, she would appear to find what she was looking for. Her cat, interestingly named Salem, was sitting on its own staring at two nesting dolls when it suddenly got up and ran. But if you take a closer look at the footage, you tell me that you don't see something jump out from one of the dolls' bodies. As Kathy
I just see a gas.
the doll had actually belonged to her mother.
Literally, it could just be a gas thing that, like, the camera started picking up slowly as it got denser or something, and it just had, like, a push that the cat didn't like, and the cat felt air. Like, I smoke, and if I'm smoking, like, my cat does not want to be in the direction of the smoke, and I respect that because, you know, it's an unfamiliar scent. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like being blown on. So it could just be fucking smoke that somehow being picked up in the camera. Hi, boy. Come here. Oh, no, no, no. I'm gonna. Give me your 5 seconds of maybe fame. This is my cat. This is Leo. Alright. Is this how we're gonna do the rest of this video?
And it dated back to the 1950s.
I guess this is how we're doing the rest of the video.
I don't think that doll would be in my house much longer after.
Okay, you wanna go?
Number 19, the Dobby Mystery. You know how certain things seem unreal but suddenly begin to turn up once more people believe in them? Well, it appears that J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series has become such a cultural icon that we're now seeing characters from it literally come to life.
Yeah.
Back in 2009,
I said it was Dobby.
Vivian Gomez, a woman based in Colorado Springs raised a huge alarm after she claimed that she had seen footage of a creature that seemed to look suspiciously like Dobby the Elf, the popular character from the Harry Potter movies, and to make things even more interesting, she literally presented proof. As Vivian would
How do
explain,
you
the creature
explain?
had
Like, I
opened
have no
the
words for
front
that.
door and had come out. Then it sauntered onto the driveway and did a quick frolic before vanishing into the
No,
night.
no, 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 no,
So,
no. No, 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 no. That man did the chicken dance. He stretched out his legs like guys do to get their balls unstuck from their fucking thighs. And then he did the chicken dance as he fucked off. Nah. I would double check the house for shit because that just seems like some cocky shit you do on your way out when you know you did something and you know you're being recorded. You're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a fucking egotistical
for
bitch.
her, she was unable to
Something like
actually
that.
find additional footage of her CCTV camera because it was limited.
My camera only goes for 10 seconds, so it just cut off at that point.
Now, I know that you can't blame the camera at this point, but I really wish that it had just stayed for a little while longer. Some people claim that the figure could have been Vivian's 9-year-old son, Bobby.
I mean, in a way, it makes sense, but like, seriously?
Just goofing around, but considering that the figure looked really lanky and had
Yeah.
very bowed legs, I would doubt it. Perhaps the Dobby is real after all. Number 18, The Great Ghostly. Now, if you're a fan of literature and classic films, then you probably were a fan of The Great Gatsby, the magnum opus of F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Never really got
It's one
into.
of the best-selling titles of all time, and it was also adapted into one of the most entertaining movies of our time, starring Leonardo
Is that
DiCaprio
Toby?
and Tobey Maguire.
I thought that was Toby.
Have been thrilled by the
Splinter Man!
One of the most intriguing characters in the film was, of course, Daisy Buchanan. She was the leading lady in the movie, and many believe that her character was influenced by Ginevra King, a socialite that lived between 1898 and 1980, and who was rumored to have had an affair with Fitzgerald. In 2018, a woman named Christy Ranieri was on a walk close to the summer house owned by King when she spotted something strange. As she would explain, she had stopped to take a selfie when she got home and examined the picture, and what do you know, there was something that looked like a ghost peeking out behind her. As Christy would explain, that can only be the ghost of Ginevra.
First off, unless I'm looking hard at it, like, I'm literally, like, intrigued like this, like, there's no fucking way that's a ghost. Because it doesn't look like a ghost. It just looks like a fucking thumb smudge. But if I look at it close and examine it, I mean, you can kind of see eyes here, and a nose here, and like a hairline here. But you really gotta like look at it. I'm sorry, but like if you saw that from a selfie, a fucking selfie, and you want to tell me that's a ghost? Nah, 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 nah. And then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, the only thing that could be is this chick. Or just maybe, if it is a ghost, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be her. Like, just, like, say I die in this apartment, you know? Oh no, I died here now. There's a ghost. Who's to say there wasn't ghosts before and that the ghosts you're probably gonna see are gonna be a different fucking person? Oh, okay.
King, showing that she still is very much roaming around the world. I have my doubts, but I'd sure love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comment section down below.
I agree with him.
Number 17, aching for a haircut. Now, normally, if you go in for a haircut, you know what to expect. People like you seated in front of mirrors getting their hair done. But on this day, I don't think the guys at this particular salon expected what they got. This clip, taken back in 2010, shows the moment that something truly spooky happened at a hair salon. According to the salon's owner, he had actually been a bit skeptical about installing cameras, but ended up being glad that he did. You'll notice that the entire salon, only a woman is getting her hair done, with
Yeah.
two seats being empty. And then if you take a good look at the chair in the distance with the dark blue cape,
I wouldn't say that's dark blue. See, I'm not. I'm a good chunk of white.
as if
But
someone
like,
stood up
nah, I'm with that, man. I'm getting the fuck up out of here.
instead of falling down. The entire thing was crazy enough to scare the guy sitting close to it, and to be honest, I would be out of there as well if it were me. Number 16, the thirsty ghost. You know that feeling when you've been saying something to someone, but no one ever believes you until you show them proof? Well, you can only imagine how vindicated this woman must have felt when she finally caught some paranormal activity in her home.
I don't know how I feel about having my camera here. We're gonna leave it here for now. No. Immediately was like, no.
Around her house. That
We're going back in our corner.
especially the fact that things were seemingly moving on their own. Looking to really nail the proof, she decided to take a video recording, and right on cue, she captured something. Literally in her
She wanted to take a video or a photo of some sort, right? But right on cue to her setting everything up, all of a sudden it just happens because you know the ghost is like, "Hey yo, I want to be caught." Like, no, I don't think that it happened like that. I think you just attached string, and it's got like a little thing of string because it doesn't require a whole lot of force to slide a little coffee cup across a fucking counter. It doesn't require a whole lot of force.
kitchen that decided to move a cup.
Fake.
Oh my gosh. The surface isn't wet or anything, it's all dry.
It doesn't need to be.
For it to be moving.
So if it had water, it would just slide.
It did show underneath the platform where the cup was to reveal that there was nothing there. So the question remains,
String.
what on earth was actually moving that cup?
String.
According to the lady, she believed that she was being haunted by her late brother.
No, you're being haunted by string.
What if the guy's just thirsty in the great beyond or something? I mean, hey, when you've got to quench your thirst, you've got to quench your thirst, right?
It's just
13,
string. I'm gonna stand by it.
victim. Most people who experience paranormal activities tend to have first-hand experience literally on their own, and that experience can be quite harrowing when you're by yourself. Now, for a perfect example of this, we'll take a look at this guy. The clip, which was
That is
taken
not
in
my.
2017, shows a guy working late at the office when he suddenly hears an alarm.
Yeah, that little hand thing on the screen is not mine. I thought my mouse was on my screen at first.
As the clip will show, he decides to go and check it out, and eventually came back thinking that he was done, but little did he know that whatever was behind the entire thing was not done messing with him.
He looks like he's got a mad comfy chair, though.
Decides to go and check out what's happening. I don't know what happened behind the camera, but he was so spooked that he literally hightailed it out of there and ran away.
I mean, if the door closed behind me and all that it was happening, I don't give a fuck if it's a prank or not. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Second off, with this pause, what? What the fuck is this?
I don't think that he'll be coming back to work the next day, though. Number 14.
No. You are not just gonna pass over the fucking window person.
Out of there and ran away. I don't think that he'll be coming back to work the next day, though.
Like, you can clearly see somebody.
What?
Like, you can clearly see somebody in that window, and as the door closes, you can make out the body. There is something or somebody in that fucking corner. Like, you can see it right here. You are not telling me that there's nobody there pulling the prank forward. Yeah. There's gotta be a better explanation for it there. That's weird. Like, I don't have enough information to say whether this one might be fact or fake, but like, I don't know. That window thing, but then again, we didn't get a whole lot of footage in that room either. It literally just showed him going there and then leaving the room and then the door closing and him bolting. So, I mean, in all, it could just be fake, but like, I don't like that we didn't discuss the fucking person in the window there, like in the fucking reflection. That hurts
Number
me.
14, ghosts in school. If you're a parent, you must have heard your children give some funny reasons why they don't want to go to school, like it's cold outside, or
Yeah.
they feel sick even when they're not, or perhaps the bus driver's just mean to them.
Or
Well,
creepy.
what about it if the school is haunted by a ghost? Back in 2017, CCTV footage would show a weird moment when things began to get kind of spooky at a middle school in Ireland. As the footage would show, things began when a backpack suddenly flew off the top of a locker. Then, as if
Probably just a basketball, like a middle school basketball kid, because like he tried to make it into that.
that wasn't enough, one of the posters on the wall decided to take
Yeah.
a trip to the ground as well. And for a third act, the chairs in the hallway started moving on their own. According to locker. Then, as if that wasn't enough, one of the posters on the wall.
I can come up with something for the poster. The poster probably just got knocked down by wind or like the tape or glue, whatever, was just not sufficient enough. As for the chair, I can't say much because it's going towards the wall, and there's nothing really here to indicate that there's like some pole levy where the chair is going to go that way until it hits a levy because the string is coming from it having like a little pole here to go here. So yeah, but the backpack, I mean, maybe just a giant rip from a string of some sort. I don't fucking know, but like the chair is where I'm kind of like, could watch.
Decided to take a trip to the ground as well. And for a third act, the chairs in the hallway started.
Yeah, it's going towards the wall, and like I said, there's no levy here of some sort to cause it to be like straight, and then string coming here. But I don't.
Moving on their own.
We'll figure it out.
According to reports, the school in question had long been rumored to be haunted because the land on which it was built used to be an execution ground for criminals. But it looks
Like I'm not one who's like genuinely. I wouldn't say I believe in spiritual stuff, but I wouldn't say I don't. I'm always curious of what's out there and what's not. Like obviously, if I don't see it with my eyes, then I don't believe it. But like, there's this kind of stuff where things do happen, and some of it is explainable, some of it isn't. But like, I've seen enough horror movies and I've seen enough shit to always question why people are like, "Oh yeah, it's a burial ground, it's an execution ground, it's something that involves death." Whoa, let's build on it. What? Like I said, I've seen enough horror movies where I'm just kind of like, how about we don't fucking, play with this field? Like, you're telling me that a mass murderer tortured 800 souls throughout his entire lifespan? Oh my god, let's build a fucking place on it because nothing creepy will ever happen.
like the guys are hunting for some vengeance and taking it out on those poor school materials. Number 13, Ghost in the Crib. Being a parent can be challenging. You're constantly looking to protect them from harm, but while maintaining your children's safety from physical danger is pretty easy,
Hold
you
on.
protect them when there's harm from the other side. Back in 2000, being a parent can be challenging. You're Ghost in the Crib. Being a parent can be challenging. You're constantly looking to protect them from harm, but while maintaining your children.
These motherfuckers in the back are watching Netflix. They were watching Netflix and they fell asleep and the baby's still awake.
Safety from physical danger is pretty easy. How do you protect them when there's harm from the other side? Back in 2019, Josh Higgins and Heather Brow, a couple based out of Michigan, made the news after they had shared footage of what they truly believed to be a ghost that was haunting their little girl, Lily. As the parents set up a camera to monitor their daughter, they would be shocked to find what appeared to be a specter moving through her room. And as you would expect, it startled the little girl.
The couple's nanny cam video a few weeks ago, what appears to be.
Hold on. This is her room? Why does she have the flat screen and why is Netflix on in her room? Was she watching Netflix? They probably. Hold on. Is Coco Melon on Netflix? I was gonna say she probably watched Coco Melon. Let's see if that unnamed kids show was on there because we don't talk about things that don't sponsor us. Oh shit! Sorry, I got a notification that apparently oh, there's 3 episodes of it. Sorry, Zom 100 on Netflix. I didn't realize it was on Netflix. Coco. Yeah, Coco Melon's on there. So I don't fucking know. Maybe they were watching Coco Melon put it on for her, but like it seems like there's a culture of bed right here. So it literally could just be one of the parents getting up. Like the camera quality is shit. So that literally could be just a parent walking by in the background.
Added that the ghostly shape had been assaulting them, first the daughter and then
The ghost. The ghost was what did it. Not you guys. The ghost.
It scares us that it could do something else. I mean, there was even a morning that I woke up and I had felt like something was around like someone's hands were around my neck.
And according to paranormal investigators that were brought in to check out the scene, the man who had originally lived in the home had taken his own life, so it appears that his ghost may have had unfinished business in the home. Seems like it might be time to move out a little earlier than planned.
Oh no, the ghost followed me.
Back to stories of ghosts that might be trying to make contact with the physical world.
Hold on. What is it?
With the physical world. Our next story takes us to move out a little earlier than planned. Number 12, the haunted pot store. Stories of ghosts that might be
Are you sure you're not high? Yeah.
Our next story takes us to Oregon, where the owner of a dispensary claimed that his shop was apparently being haunted. In 2018, a man named Andy Gomez, who owned a pot dispensary, claimed that he had substantial proof that his shop was being haunted by ghosts. And for that proof, he showed this surveillance footage and just watch the pot jar as it suddenly begins to move while he's arranging the place. To make things worse here, Andy added that he had felt a weird presence while the whole thing was happening.
As it was happening, I kind of felt like somebody was standing next to me, or like somebody was like right here.
And if that
I like the jacket.
Check out the jar with the pens on the counter. Now keep in mind that this is
a
dispensary. Any doctoring of surveillance footage could land the guys in jail. Could we have a ghost looking to just simply burn some trees? Who really knows?
I'm sorry, but like the 2 things we saw were all easily done by like some sort of string. I know it's my go-to, but I mean a lot of it could just be done by string.
Calmly on the front porch of their owner's home.
There's third one.
Well,
there's one over in the corner.
Something weird though. Suddenly, one of those cats appeared to have been scared by something that was coming out of the shrubs close to the 2 of them, and that's when it decided to run for the hills, leaving his partner alone. But just as soon as the cat takes off, it seemingly vanishes. Now, where did he go? Did he literally turn into a firefly and float away?
I was going to say, because that's just a possum.
The craziest thing was that the feline's partner seemingly just looked unbothered about the entire thing. Either
hold on. No. So now I get what he was talking about with the cat being like, fucking just gone. But like, watch the fucking cat. Like, watch. And then it's just up in the air, just
looked unbothered.
Like, you literally can follow the cat going up into the fucking light post over there. But I will admit, it was awfully fucking strange that the cat immediately just turned and ran and all of a sudden just kick started a fucking, I don't know, transformation and flight module simulator. I don't fucking know because it just fucking flew and shrunk as it went up to that light post. So I have no words for that part, but it's a fucking possum. Why'd he freak out about the possum, but not this guy or this guy?
His partner do that before.
Like, these two
Either
just didn't
way,
give a
some
shit.
crazy stuff, if you ask me.
I also like that he still hasn't mentioned the third one.
Superhuman speed. You'll probably want
Bro, it's not a human. It was the cat. It was the cat from the last video that saved this lady. That cat from Life was like, there's a lady in the street.
to buckle up for
Sorry,
this
I'm
one because it's
all
the type
over
of
right
thing
now.
you'll need to see to believe. In 2019, a mysterious video made the rounds that showed what appeared to be a superhuman or ghost figure saving a lady's life. The footage, which was from a local CCTV camera, showed the little unsupervised lady trying to cross the street on her own. Obviously, things like this will rarely end very well, and for a time, you kind of get the feeling that she's about to be hit. And then all of a sudden,
Sorry, my camp felt weird.
her literally out of nowhere. Nobody knows what the figure was or even how it managed to make the most unbelievable rescue you'll ever see. But whoever or whatever that thing was, thank goodness it was in the right place at the right time, because the entire situation would have definitely gone south if it hadn't intervened. Number 9. Talking to nobody. One of the most challenging jobs is that of a security guard, especially if you work in a public place and need to deal with different types of people daily. However, what if you had to deal with a literal ghost? In 2022, a story would go viral about a security guard at a hospital in Argentina.
Yeah, even I'm
who
curious.
spoken with a customer, even though all evidence points to otherwise. CCTV footage would show the security guard, who was working on the night shift, suddenly walking up and opening the barricade, except that he was doing it for nobody. As the footage would show, the guard was clearly standing like he was attending to someone, and according to the guy, he was.
Yeah, like, even,
Jobs is that of a security.
like, I get it, but, like, the door is open. Again, we're just skipping over a part that, like, doesn't, like, that's a a giant factor in all this. And we're just gonna skip over it, like, oh yeah, he just got up and walked over there to start talking to someone as if there's somebody there. What about this? Like, granted, I can debunk this part, but, like, there's no mention of the fact that the door opened. But the motion sensor door opened. And I'm assuming that that's carpet, so it's probably one of those ones where it's like motion sensor door here, and then like more doors on the other side. So it's not like some cat just ran fucking by and activated, or some like random man was just running back and forth, But like, again, this could also just be debunked. But I'm gonna wait till we get all the factors in.
Deal with different types of people daily. However, what if you had to deal with a literal ghost? In 2022, a story would go viral about a security guard at a hospital in Argentina who claimed to have spoken with a customer, even though all evidence points to otherwise. CCTV footage would show the security guard, who was working on the night shift, suddenly walking up and
They just skipped the door. Like, no one's gonna question, hey, why did the door open? Like, let's take a peek at the outside cameras, because there's got to be cameras in front of that door too.
opening the barricade.
This is the only angle we get.
He was doing it for nobody. As the footage would show, the guard was clearly standing like he was attending to someone, and according to the guy, he was. Per reports, the security guard claimed that at around 3 a.m. that morning, an elderly woman came to the lobby claiming she had forgotten something in her room. And so he took her name down and gestured that she should go up, as we saw in the video. The security guard even offers her a wheelchair, but she refuses, as evidenced by this clip. And after a while, the security guy just starts getting worried because she hasn't returned. And so he called up to her room and would be shocked to find that there was no one there. Even worse, hospital authorities would confirm that no one had been in the room the entire night. To his dismay, the authorities claimed that the elderly lady who had been in that room had died the day before their encounter, and the woman's name was the same one that he had written down on his clipboard. If there was ever a sign...
Alright, I'm gonna say two things. One, say that it is an actual ghost. I mean, in a sense, it's kind of like she can't leave without one thing. That's cute. Like, oh no, I forgot this picture or this necklace or this set of earrings or bracelet my family got me. Like, that's wholesome. That is some wholesome shit right there. But like the fact that out of all the camera views we get, we don't get one of the door, like a better shot of the other side of the door to be like, yeah, like, see, nobody was running back and forth, nobody triggered the sensor. We're just completely ignoring the fact that the door opened on its own. Like, what triggered it to open? We don't know what ran past the sensors or if anything did, but yet we're just like, hey, yeah, fuck that. So again, because we're not getting footage of that other side, I think somebody was maybe standing on top of something just out of frame on the other side and like just kind of stuck his hand out and was just like, ah. God, my arm looks extremely thin in that. But yeah, like I just feel like they like stood up on something and just stretched out like their hand or something and just like waved it in front of the sensor. And then he was like, all right, that's my cue. I'm going to become famous. I'm going to get my 5 minutes of fame. And I'm going to take this name of a lady who died before. Because again, if it's not real, here's the explanation. He works in the fucking place. Of course he's going to know who died. He's going to use her name. Just write it down, pretend like that she came back. 5 seconds of fame, right there. Bing, bam, boom. He's got his money. He's out the door. The family that lost their grandma is now kind of affected by it because you literally use their dead grandma for the sake of fame.
To quit your job, it's safe to say this was probably it. Number 8, the baby pusher. Ashley Scott.
The what now?
Number 8, the baby pusher.
You couldn't come up with any better name for this one, so you just went with the baby pusher. Gas. Not scary. Oh no, here comes the baby pusher. Better keep my kid away from a swing set.
Ashley Scott, a woman from Tennessee, has claimed that she's had several run-ins with the paranormal since she was a toddler. From ghosts visiting her in her crib to the spirits that she's talked to, she's claimed not to be unfamiliar with supernatural occurrences. So, I'm guessing she's claimed not to be unfamiliar with her in her crib to the spirits that she's talked to.
It just looked like the baby had a fumble. Like he's just, they, because I don't know if it's female or male, and I don't want to piss off people. But it's just, the baby just leaned too far forward and fell forward and then was like baffled. Doesn't mean that it's a ghost. Okay.
She's claimed not to be unfamiliar with supernatural occurrences. So I'm guessing that this one wouldn't have been much of a shock.
Was that a cat behind her?
With supernatural occurrences. So
I thought there was a cat there.
Been much of a shock to her. Back in 2022, footage from the room of Ashley's son Gavin surprised many people, as it showed what appeared to have been a ghost pushing the boy. As the
or again, too far forward, and again, it's just a baby. So I mean, I'm not expecting a whole lot of balance out of this baby. Like I'm not expecting, enough balance to stand on top of a skateboard while like the wheels are locked in place with like 2 bricks or anything. But I'm also not expecting like, I don't know, that cheerleader thing. I wish my mod was here. She would know this. That I feel like it's a cheerleader name move, but like the one where you stand on top of like someone's hand when they're doing that like hand thing, and then you put out your arms like woo, and you like fucking make a 4 with your legs. That, yeah, I'm not expecting that balance. Like it's a baby. They're gonna lean forward and they're gonna fall. What is? It's just, I don't know.
Gavin had climbed up on a shelf while he was in his room with Ashley's partner, Chris. Then, all of a sudden, this happened. Now, I don't know about you, but I doubt that babies just tip over and fall like that.
Yeah, no. They get up in the morning, they go to Harvard, and they start learning.
Was the wind just too strong? Or perhaps it was a ghost giving little Gavin a nudge. Number 7. Getting the right
The
angle.
one I thought was.
Located in Omaha, Nebraska, the museum
Oh, okay.
claims to be one
Okay.
of the most haunted museums in the world.
Y'all have seen The Conjuring, right? If you have, then you know. If you haven't, go watch The Conjuring, then come back to this and tell me this isn't a dumb idea.
They claim to have thousands of certified haunted items, all of which have been stored away safely. While many might argue about the claim, the museum has shared several interesting pieces of footage to show the types of activities taking place, and this one definitely ranks as one of the craziest. Captured
no.
in 2020, the clip shows what appears to be the basement of the museum where several artifacts are kept, and just watch as a chair begins to rotate. Either that chair suddenly developed a mind of its own, or there's someone sitting in it, someone who does not want to be seen.
Or, because it is a museum of horrors, they want to add a spooky element to it. So what they do is they get a little remote control powered, sensor and battery, and they stick it into the chair and modify the back of the chair and the under of it, because you want to add a little bit more spook to your horror. Because again, no one's gonna buy this and take it home because it's a museum thing. So you could literally just put a fucking battery on the bottom and just sit there and control it, and then voila, your museum has fucking scare tactics, and on top of that, because it's being recorded like this, it's on the news. It gets you guys a little bit more attention. Business. Boom. Fucking dumb.
Either way, I'm surely glad that I don't work there. Number 6. A dog-eat-dog world.
Hey,
Seeing animals being scared can be pretty awful. However, for this clip, I'd really want to see what the heck was going on. The clip in question would be uploaded to TikTok in 2021, and it shows the harrowing moment where 2 dogs appeared to have witnessed something out of the ordinary. To begin with, the dogs start the clip barking pretty loudly at something, and then all of a sudden they stop for some unknown reason and stand still. Now, this in and of itself is pretty strange, but it also even gets worse. Suddenly, the collar on the black dog gets yanked up and off, but we cannot see who or what had even caused it. It's long been rumored that dogs are capable of seeing ghosts and the paranormal, so I'm not going to dispel the probability that this could have been more than just a regular sighting. Number 5.
I have no words for it.
Joey and Amy Radke, a couple from Minnesota, made headlines back in March of 2022 when they would release footage of what truly was a disturbing sight. According to the couple, they had been out of their new home for some errands, but then kept the cameras on to ensure proper surveillance. And when they returned, they would be greeted by a harrowing sight. The figure appears suspiciously like an old woman in pajamas, and
Hold on. What does it look like?
the figure
You're telling me that this figure, this fucking dilated, fucking blur-faced figure is a what?
appears suspiciously like an old woman in pajamas.
How can you make that out of that? Like, that does not look like an old lady in pajamas. Because I've never walked up with my grandma and saw that. That does not look like my grandma. Whose grandma looks like a pixelated fucking... No, I'm not going in on that.
And even Radke's pets were so spooked that they literally ran for cover when it appeared.
I know my place is kind of a mess, but like that countertop.
The couple had actually been warned that their home had been haunted by an elderly woman who had passed away while living there, but they ignored all signs, and I doubt they needed any more
As you do.
after this. Number 4. Here for a pint. You know, the fact that a person has passed doesn't necessarily...
I know, if I remember, you can go to bars with your parents as a kid. If I remember, I think you can't sit at the bar until you're 18, and once you're 18, you can sit at the bar with your parents. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm also, you know, I'm not 50 or 40 or 30 or 70, but I'm about like 80% sure this kid can't be back here. Like, I believe this is breaking some liquor laws. Who knows? Drop down in the comments if this is illegal, because off the top of my head, I can't fucking tell you. But I'm 98% sure that this part here is illegal.
Necessarily mean that they can't still miss their hobbies. And for our next clip, it appears that someone deceased is still hankering for a nice brewski. In November of 2021, this clip would surface online, showing a strange moment at the Blue House Pub on Corporation Road in Hendon, Sunderland.
Hold on. God, my fucking search history is gonna be fucked. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to delete my search history after this. Fuck. Why am I not able to remember her name? Oh, yeah, there we go. Got it. She looks like a young. She looks like a young Trisha. Like, you cannot tell me that the woman on the left did not look like a young Trisha. Am I wrong? Like, you can't tell me that she didn't look like Trisha. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for it, but like, you can't tell me this chick here on. Where's my mouse now? Weird. But yeah, you can't tell me she didn't look like a young
As the
Trisha.
clip would show, a freshly poured pint of beer suddenly tips over, spilling its content onto the floor below.
I know.
The pub's owner, Darla Anderson, claimed that at that time she had actually heard that the location was haunted, but she never paid any mind to the warnings.
So she just attached string to everything.
Before. Well, she may be well reconsidering now. Number 3, a jolly ride. Even if they're ghosts, I guess children will always be children. And like the live ones, it appears that a lot of ghost...
Hold on, what? Hold on, what?
Children will always be children. And like the live ones, it appears that a lot of ghost children really just can't wait to have fun. At least that's what it seemed like.
First off, that had me for a second. I was like, what do you mean the live one? Where are we going with this? Second off, why does she look so intimidating? Like, I'm scared just even with this being fucking paused. I'm more scared of her than the ghost. Like, bro, why are you so intensely staring at me?
At the Barnsley Antique Centre in England, the shop, which is known to sell toys and other antique items,
I want the toes. I know it's probably not the actual name of the one on the left there.
Daniel Parquet, a dealer of antiques at the center, suddenly saw a Bambi rocking horse on the ground. He immediately became curious as to how the horse had found its way to the ground.
Okay, why isn't she staring intensely there? And why is he wearing a jacket? I get they're both wearing a jacket, but he's wearing the same jacket he wore outside. Like, that's a poofy outside jacket. She's wearing a stylish in the office, like, you know, like, what is it, casual Friday, but like, you know, you want to still keep your business cool. That's the jacket. He still got fur. It's fall, and I'm cold as shit. Sorry, it's weird to me. Although I wear sweatshirts every day. Except today, flannel.
And so he checked out the surveillance footage. and when
There's
he
a
looked
flannel,
at the
there's a
footage,
short, or
the
well,
footage begins
there's
with
a
the rocking
also
horse
shirt.
being placed gently on a platform. And then suddenly, it starts to rock continuously, even though nobody or no thing was coming in contact with it. And then it
Wind.
appeared that whoever was riding the Bambi was having too much fun as the rocking horse swung so much that it fell to the ground.
Wind.
Hey, if it is a ghost child,
Like a
can you really
gust,
blame
a
them?
nice
Everyone
gusty
wants
amount
to
of
have
wind
fun
knocked it
every once in a
over.
while, right?
Literally all it
Number
is.
2, the nervous guard. If you're a security guard, it's important to always be alert, no matter what takes place. For Jay Brown, it appeared that this rule was literal because he was even on guard against what he thought was a ghost. Back in 2018, Jay posted a video on his YouTube channel where he had claimed that he saw a ghost, and sharing the surveillance footage from the hospital where he worked, he showed himself sitting in the lobby and suddenly jolting up when he saw what he believed to have been a ghost.
I looked at it like, okay. I'm like, okay. So I hesitated, so I just threw something because I didn't know what to do.
Now, to be fair, you do see a bit of a whitish figure flashing in front of him, but
No.
while you might want to dismiss Jay,
No.
he's also claimed that he heard footsteps before and even caught a ceiling light fall on its own.
From the first video, but this time I guess it's getting used to me or something. I don't know. That's kind of creepy. I don't know. I don't know who it is or what it is, but leave me alone, for real. Because this is ridiculous.
The guy could be telling the truth, you know. Number 1, the Pale Creature.
Dobby!
In July of 2022, a mysterious figure made the rounds after being captured in Moorhead, Kentucky. The footage in question had been released by a media house that focuses on paranormal activity, and it immediately sparked a massive debate amongst believers of paranormal activities online and those who were skeptical. The creature could be seen with a hunched back, slouching, and trying to look for something in particular, although no one really knows what it was. So far,
Dobby.
everyone's been dropping suggestions as to what this creature could be. Some would claim that it's an alien, while others claim that it could be a
Why it so caked up though, homie? Hold on, why it need to be caked up? And white girls trying to show off their booty when they don't have one.
paranormal figure or a spirit. Some even believe it to be the Pale Man from the 2006 movie Pan's Labyrinth. Honestly, your guess
Or what if it's the skinwalker that lady was crying about? Could be the skinwalker.
is as good as anyone's. We live in a world that doesn't necessarily conform to our vision of the natural.
Yeah.
If these people have shown us anything, it's that we still have a lot to explore overall. Were there any of these clips that surprised you? Don't be scared. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Leave a like on this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Alright. A good chunk of those were so dumb. Like, you knew a lot of them just were not actually real. And honestly, that kind of fucking pissed me off. Because it's like, they didn't even try and hide it. They were just unable to fucking do shit. Like, they couldn't hide it. They couldn't, yeah. It was just really fucking bad, and I'm sorry. But hey, we made it through, right? Yay. Well, I'm gonna go lay down and question my life in bed. I will catch y'all later. Peace.